Magic in the Morning, Dion Ferris. And what a beautiful day. My gosh, what a beautiful day. It's our Tuesday, but it's Monday for Mike Barrett, who's in from Barrett Insurance Agency. How you doing, my friend?
I am well. How are you?
I'm only going on the assumption that since yesterday was a national holiday, that you and the crew had a long weekend.
We did. We took a 3-day weekend. Not going to say I didn't work a ton over the weekend. It's just I can't control myself. If I got stuff I want to get done, I got to get it done. So, in between the lawn care and the normal Memorial Day things that we all do, including honoring and memorializing those we've lost, I worked. So, but yeah, it's all good. It's they say own a business. They say it's fun. They say whoever they are, they're wrong. No, I'm kidding.
You work 24 hours a day.
No, but it was great. Everyone had a nice weekend off, and I mowed on Sunday when it was chilly and cold, so that I got a real good opportunity to enjoy yesterday's sunshine. So
well planned out.
Yeah.
So you and I were talking here, and again, we're live and unscripted, but you and I were talking just before we got ready to come on the air here, talking about you were on the road lately, invited somewhere for a chat. Let's hear about this.
Yeah, so it was an individual who actually heard us, Jeff, talking on the radio here with the Good Policy segment. And so it kind of led to a discussion and said, hey, we have meetings once a month. We would love to see if maybe you could come in and present and help talk to our group of realtors as they face challenges within the realm of insurance when it comes to selling properties. And, being so shy and afraid to talk, I was hesitant. But no, of course, I went and did it. It was great. It was a group of, I think, 9 folks at the Caldwell Banker Lifestyles Agency in Littleton, New Hampshire. And it was a very welcoming event. They were very appreciative. We talked a lot about the challenges in the markets, Jeff, that you and I have been talking about for so long, with the flood insurance marketplace getting tight, the hard homeowner market, and they seem to really appreciate just getting a little bit of insight so they can maybe have that in their workflow as they're going through the process.
You know what I think we're all finding out here, and I'm not an insurance agent, not even remotely close to it, but you and I have been talking for, good gosh, years now. It seems that we have learned an awful lot in just the last 3 years about the flooding, because we live in the mountain state, so you don't think about this so much, but we have had major, major devastation here just in Vermont in the last 3 years, but then that extended into other portions of the country. And I think people are learning.
I hope so. Including me and my staff. We're learning too. It's, we went from if you're in a participating flood town, yes, you can get flood insurance regardless. So here's an option. But we didn't really, we talked about it. We made a mention of it, but we didn't really go so far as to say, look, here's the deal. If it rains where your house is, maybe you should think about it. Because flood is, so many people, Jeff, think flood is defined as a body of water, a tributary overflowing its banks and causing flooding, which is what we see on the news a lot. But, when we get these rains that we've been getting over the past couple of years, the land can only soak up so much. So there could be an inundation of water in a normally dry area, which is the definition of flood. And that does not need a river, it does not need a lake or a pond or a stream. It just needs to be a body of water that is formed where it's not supposed to be and has caused property damage to you. And that could be a flood.
Well, I am not exactly certain what the elevation is where I rent, but I can tell you that my landlord, my neighbors, myself included, had no idea, no inkling or anything that we were going to get flooded on the 16th, was it 16th, 19th of July last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in the mountains. I mean, just as 114 starts to head to the height of the land, it's where I am. And
right.
We lost our driveway. We could have lost our home. Our next door neighbors lost their driveway. They could have lost their camp at 1,600 feet.
Yeah, it's incredible. And, the hard part with flood insurance is it doesn't cover land. So that's always going to be kind of left to your own devices, which I hate to say. But there is that chance that it could happen to your home and happen to your personal property. So I think at least looking at what a flood policy could be, whether you're in a participating town or not, just check it out. It's definitely worthwhile. The biggest challenge, Jeff, that we're seeing with the flood insurance marketplace is right now the only people buying flood insurance are the people who are most likely to flood. So the take-up rate is not great. And what I mean by that is we're basically seeing only the people who are going to use the flood insurance get insurance, which is not helping the marketplace because it's losing an incredible amount of money. So flood insurance rates have gone up across the board, both in the National Flood Insurance Program and in the private marketplace. So the goal here is really just to see if you need it, see if it's something that's worth factoring into your budget so that you're not caught off guard with these rains. We've already had 2 rain events this year that were very heavy and caused some runoff of roads and things of that nature. So certainly something to think about.
Well, thinking about this here, the folks on Brook Road in East Linden, out Red Village area, if you live next to a little babbling brook,
Yeah.
think about flood insurance. Brook Road.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, I think that was probably 10 feet wide at the start.
Oh yeah. It was unbelievable.
4, 5, 6, 7 houses completely devastated.
Yeah.
Red Village, gone.
And we could continue to see those events happen with the rains that come and dump an incredible amount of precipitation at a quick amount of time, or even a lot of precipitation in a prolonged period of time, but just stays on top of us. So again, if it rains where you live, you could get flood insurance.
Use the scout mentality. Be prepared.
Yes.
Because as you always say, the worst time to find out is when you have to file a claim.
Yeah, and find out there's nothing to be filed. So
How can they find out more from you?
sure, give us a call, 748-5224. You can find us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury, online, thebarrettagency.com, Google, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Just look for Barrett Insurance Agency.
And tune in Tuesdays. And if you miss it, we send off the audio so you can listen anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. We put it on our website, our Facebook page, our Instagram page.
We have so much fun.
We cover the bases, my friend.
All right. Enjoy the sunny weathers, folks. Coming up in a handful of minutes, our first weekly installment of our Hometown Minute with Beans Holmes. Before that, music from Shakira coming right up.